Hey, what's up everyone? It's Matt. I'm holding my phone just up right now, so hopefully it's not too shaky or annoying. But I had a conversation recently with my brother Nick that I wanted to share with you all. So, Nick and I were talking about a relative of ours, someone a couple generations above us, more than two, who when he passed away, he had not been a very religious man, but on his deathbed, he prayed to God and just probably something like, I don't know exactly what it was, but probably something like, if you're out there, I'm sorry I didn't believe in you. I'd still like to go to some prosperous afterlife, or something to that effect, right? And he was saying it's funny how people on their deathbeds and stuff, or in serious moments like that, when you really when something serious in your life is happening, you might consider praying. And I was telling him, yeah, I think that's because people just want a semblance of control. Or maybe not, yeah, a semblance of control. Like, people always want to sort of have control of situations, I think. And not from an egomaniacal standpoint, but just, we want to control the things that happen in our life. We want them to generally be in accordance with what we want, right? And the way to do that is to control what happens in our life. And I think it's funny because, my arm's getting really tired, hang on. I think it's funny because sometimes I'll tell a story that relates to this. So with my friends, I've talked about sort of my philosophy with finding someone for a romantic relationship. And basically my philosophy with that is if you force things, it's not going to work out. Every time I've tried to force things, it hasn't worked out for me personally. And every time I've sort of just waited for something to come my way, it has worked out. So that's what I tell people in regards to relationships and stuff, at least from a very, very basic entry level. But then you can look at that story and go, oh, but Matt, you're basically saying don't have control in this situation. Don't try to affect the outcome. Just let it happen to you. And I see why people think that, but I actually disagree. I think my philosophy is one of control, but framed differently. I'm not, in the stories and philosophies that I'm talking about, I'm not someone just sitting by and letting the universe have their way with me. I'm choosing to stand by and wait. So even though it sounds like, or might seem like, oh, he's not being proactive, he's not taking any steps. No, I chose to wait and take my time and be patient and let things happen as they do. That was a conscious choice on my behalf. And so for that reason, I feel in control of it. I chose that, and that means I'm choosing to accept the uncertainty of a situation. If there's a fork in the road and there are two paths, and one says something like, this thing you want in a direct route, and the other one says, maybe the thing you want, and you'll have no idea when or how you'll get there. If you choose to take that path, that's still a choice on your behalf, right? It's still a conscious choice. You still exhibited control because even though it might not be considered normal or straightforward method, it's one you chose. Yeah. I feel like I probably said the same thing a bunch of times in a row, but those are my thoughts on that. So just, yeah, my brother mentioned about people, that instance with our relative, and that made me think about how people want to have control, and then it made me think about how people often misinterpret my, and probably others', choices to let things happen to us as not being in control, when in reality, they were our choices. We could have done something else, but we did that, so we are in control. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Happy New Year, and I'll see you later. Thanks.